Hi, I'm Terry Rachwalski, and I'm a co-author of Business Diagnostics along with Mike Thompson and Rich Mimic. What I'm going to talk with you about today is external factors in your PEST-C external review. What happens very often is that businesses tell us that they're too small to worry about microeconomic factors. It's something that they hear about on the news but don't really give a lot of thought to. In the Business Diagnostics framework, economic factors are included in our diagnostic checklists, because we want you to keep in mind the areas of macroeconomic activity that are most likely to affect your business. Depending on your business, you will either be hugely impacted by economic factors or it'll be a mild effect. But trust me, it will affect you. The first economic factor you want to consider is economic growth. You don't have to be an economist or understand all of the factors that go into gross domestic product. I would even argue that you don't even have to agree that GDP is the best measure of an economy. That said, GDP is a benchmark. It's a bellwether for business to determine what will be happening in an economy. You can find the data on a World Bank site or at the government statistics website, but keep an eye on economic growth. You'll also want to keep an eye on price levels, which is typically tracked by a basket of goods. It's a crude measure. If that basket doesn't contain measures that provide realistic measures of prices like GDP, then it's probably just a benchmark. That basket of goods is called the Consumer Price Index, and it's a yardstick for tracking inflation. And that's going to inflect interest rates, and that's going to cost you when you do your capital investments. So it's something you want to keep an eye on. Employment levels. Employment levels is a primary indicator of labor market health. There's a lot of argument about how the numbers are tracked and if it really is a key economic indicator. But business impacts can include labor supply, the cost of retaining key employees, and consumer discretionary spending, among others. Another economic factor to consider is government policy. You need to know whether your government is likely or not to raise taxes or fees, increase services, or change procurement policies. It's all going to matter to you. Economic performance tends to make governments change policies, so you want to keep an eye on any pending changes. And finally, global economic factors create major economic impacts. Currency values, trade agreements, or protectionism are all economic factors to be aware of. So finally, economics is a massive and complex field. You don't have to know all of it, and having a few indicators that you can track will help keep you current. So the Business Diagnostics framework is your starting point for diagnosing and evaluating your business. Stick to the framework and you'll keep your head above water. Thanks for listening.